Okay, Frugivore, here we are on Stephanie Lange's YouTube channel. She has 1.5 million subscribers, so that's a lot of young women. That is a heap of young women that she is communicating with and giving her message to. And her message now is basically death to animals, the planet, and people's health. That's what it is, if we want to really boil it down. And I've never actually heard of her, but some of you flew over to my Instagram and you said that she made this video, I'm no longer vegan, what I eat now and why. And of course, she was never vegan. She was plant-based. Okay, she was posing as a vegan, but she was a plant-based poser. All right, so we need to just make that distinction first up, because actual vegans don't go back to eating animals, full stop. That's it, end of story. So let's do a response to her video, I'm no longer vegan, what I eat now and why. And you will see that I've already given my contribution there, a big fat thumbs down, because I did actually share her video on my Instagram story, and I did like a kind of a short reaction there. And I think she actually shared my story to her Instagram or something like that, because I got like a whole group of her fans coming in saying, hey, you're a bully, you're terrible, and everything like that. And I was like, yes, this is great. I'm so glad that these women get to be connected with an actual healthy, educated message, compassionate message. So please, Stephanie, keep sending your fans. I think this is fantastic. And yeah, I did leave a comment, which we will get to in a moment, but let's see what Stephanie has to say.
I am very nervous to film this video. I don't know yet whether I'm going to
just quickly, the fact that she is very nervous to film this video, and it's because it's about her image. Okay, it's about all these influencers' image, how people see them, their reputation. It's not about the actual animals, and it's not about the real issue here, the fact that you're going back to eating animals. I just want to make that distinction, and unfortunately, this is like the climate on YouTube in this, you know, influencer-based culture. It's all about how people see them rather than what they're doing and whether it's right or wrong.
Well, the comments, like part of me really wants to disable the comments because I'm like, I really don't want to read like hundreds of abusive messages. But on the other hand, I'm a real supporter of free speech, and I feel like people should, you know, within reason, be able to say whatever they want. If I'm going to put myself out here on the internet, then I guess I'm going to pull my big girl panties on and just deal with it. So this video...
Okay, so I've discovered this to be absolute lip service because she is doing the opposite. All right, like, I don't care if you hide and delete comments, and that's up to you. That's up to you on your channel and everything like that. But don't claim to be about freedom of speech and saying you're going to leave all the comments and then actually do the opposite. That is what she has actually gone and done. And the reason I know that is because a number of you have left comments and they have been deleted, they have been hidden, and even myself, because I shared this is my comment here. You are not vegan, so you can please correct the title. So I left this comment and it was hidden. No one could find it. I shared it on my story to, you know, 290,000 people. No one could find it because she was deleting and hiding comments. So that first up is a sign that she is lying. Okay, she is acting. So you have to remember, these women are experienced manipulators and actors first and foremost.
I know a lot of people are going to see the title and be like, what the heck? And they're going to be super shocked and super surprised. Myself am super shocked and super surprised.
Wow, that's a lot of supers. So she is just super, super shocked. And so she super reminds me of actually Bonnie Rebecca. She really does. The mannerisms, the way she talks. And this is what happens. A lot of these girls just copy each other. They become like carbon copies of each other. There's no real original thoughts. And then they actually copy each other's like no longer vegan videos. And you find that they're very, very similar. Remember Bonnie's one was all about like, oh, I'm going to only eat a bit of fish. By the way, fish are beautiful, intelligent animals. They matter. But she's like, I'm only going to eat a bit of fish. Now she's eating like fried chicken and everything. Just absolutely everything, because she was lying. She was lying. She's telling people what they wanted to hear. And that's what Stephanie's doing. And I just want to make a quick note about her thumbnail. It's just insensitive. It's insensitive when you take into scope what we're talking about, animals' lives. So yeah, I've got a lot to say here because I'm very passionate actually about animals.
And I wish I could say this was clickbait, but it's not. I am no longer vegan. Oh my God, that sounds so weird to say. I have been...
Okay, so she was never vegan. She was plant-based. She was posing as a vegan. She didn't get it. She didn't connect with animals, but she claims
for, I think it's coming on 6 years now. It was just something I wanted to do for myself, for the animals, because...
Okay, so she said the truth first. It's something I wanted to do for myself. And she said 6 years ago. And that's basically, she probably came on from my influence, either directly or indirectly, because I was the biggest influence by far at the time for veganism. So, she probably jumped on from my influence, and she's probably coming from dieting like a lot of these young women were. I wanted to get their attention. I wanted to start getting them to think about what they're eating and about the animals. And that's why I always spoke about the animals, and I continue to this day.
I'm just a massive animal lover. I fully thought I was going to be vegan for the rest of my life.
So the first 4 minutes I'm not going to go through, or it's going to be a very long video. I'll give you a very quick rundown. She is just justifying her decision, and she's paying lip service to veganism and to loving animals. And we know that you cannot love animals and also simultaneously eat them. That is just, gosh, it's just obviously ridiculous. So she's trying to soften the audience to her. She's acting and manipulating the audience in a way to have the least kind of negative reaction from them. That's what she's doing, okay? But we know that there is absolutely no reason to go back to eating your friends, to go back to eating animals, especially for your health. That is ridiculous, but especially because they're living beings who are here for their own purpose.
I know you guys are going to be wondering what I eat now and why. So what animal products I have chosen to start incorporating in my diet now. And I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of it, but basically, when I first went vegan, it really did impact my health in a positive way. It fixed, for the most part, my digestion, because I used to be super constipated to foods like fast foods, barely any fruit and veg. My whole life at that point was like, woo, it's totally out of control.
There's so much edits, there's so much jump cuts, and that is another sign of this being not a genuine video, okay? It's a very scripted, edited, jump cutted video.
So my digestive system was kind of screwed going into veganism. Veganism did...
Oh, of course. Your digestive system was screwed going into veganism, like a lot of people, into a plant-based diet, like a lot of individuals are, because they're not eating how they should as a human frugivore. Their physiology, they're not eating in line with their species-specific diet. They're eating animals, bits and pieces. And now she's going back. She's reverting back. You see that? And she's expecting a different result.
Help a lot in that it made me poop again. So that was a win. I also noticed that my energy levels significantly increased when I went.
Yeah, okay, so she had better energy, she had better digestion, of course, because there's a lot of fiber, and there's a lot, and probably she came to veganism she came to a plant-based lifestyle via my influence, and she's probably eating higher fruit at first, right? So her digestion was
vegan.
Great.
My digestion has gone kind of down the shitter, excuse the pun, and now I'm consulting with my healthcare professionals. It's nothing overly, it's nothing.
Okay. So she's consulting with healthcare professionals. So this is another one that they say. This is another one that Bonnie said. A lot of them, I'm talking to the doctor and the doctor says that I should eat animals again. So it's just trying to shift the focus, shift the tension onto others. This kind of faceless individual, we don't know who it is, this doctor. Okay, instead of her taking responsibility. It's I've seen this so many times. It's very predictable at this point, right?
Bad. It's nothing bad at all, but it does, say you're not digesting your food properly, right? If you've got
That's weird. She said it's nothing bad. It's nothing bad, but she went to a doctor about it.
With your digestive system, and we suspect that I have SIBO. I'm waiting on a test that I can do.
Oh... Okay, so SIBO, all right, that sounds familiar, doesn't it? Yavana. It's just very predictable at this point. They're all just copying each other's videos. Just own it. You don't care about animals. You jumped on a trend, and now you want to go off it. And her husband also is no longer plant-based. And isn't that convenient at the same time? So you can see it's just a trend they hopped on, and now they've got this list of excuses to take the heat off them going back.
And that is what is happening with me. So because I'm not digesting my food properly, I'm struggling to absorb the plant-based vitamins and minerals from my food, and also...
Okay, so that is just some rubbish that she's regurgitating from these carnivores. Like, honestly, show me the proof that you are struggling to absorb vitamins and minerals from plant-based foods. Show me the proof. Show me a blood test. Let's see it. You know, it's like, it's just really sad that these individuals are so easily influenced by these people who have no idea. It's like, oh, stop getting your education off, like, these clueless carnivores.
From the synthetic supplements that I was taking. So I started delving like head first into nutrition. I would be like on my laptop reading studies, reading nutrition books, vegan nutritionists to carnivore nutritionists. Like,
okay, so then now that's an oxymoron, a carnivore nutritionist. Oh dear, these human frugivores like posing as carnivores is just so. And okay, look, this is what I recommend. Don't listen to the plant-based doctors. Don't listen to the carnivore doctors. It's an oxymoron, but anyway. Don't listen to anyone, any of these people. Go to the source. Educate yourself in your simple human biology, physiology, anatomy. And that will bring you to a fruit-based diet every time because we are primates. Our digestive system is that of a primate, not of a carnivore, not of a flesh eater. And that's why we have a very similar digestive system to, say, bonobos. They're our closest relative. And some of you might be like, oh, but they eat meat. They eat meat freely, so we should eat meat. All right. Okay, so if we're going to model our diet on these bonobos, which have very similar digestive systems to us, then we're also going to eat something like 95% of our calories from fruits and some greens. So mainly from fruit. So yes, they might have something like 2 to 5% of their calories from animal bits and pieces like ants, insects, maybe some raw flesh here and there, very, very rarely, because a lot of these animals have been observed in wildlife parks where they're not getting enough of their natural diet, which is fruit, which is a variation of fruits and greens and nuts and seeds. Okay, so if you're going to observe them in basically a cage where they are restricted and they are forced because they are starving to eat the flesh of another animal, like on a very rare occasion, even very, very rare occasion. So you should be modeling your diet. If you're modeling your diet of that, if you're saying, hey, we're eating flesh because they are, then you should be eating like 95% of your calories from fruit too. So you should be eating like a high fruit diet, like I recommend the Frugivore diet. So you see how that makes sense?
I want to limit myself to knowledge, if that makes sense. Like, I want to read what you have to say and what you have to say, and then I'll come to my own conclusion. So that's what I've been doing.
But see, that is a huge problem, okay? Because there is so much confusing marketing out there. You know, these carnivores obviously are completely clueless. It's very, very sad. They just seen a marketing opportunity and they just jumped on the marketing wagon. So you can see here, it's terrible to listen to everybody like that. Go to physiology. Study your basic human physiology.
My issues could stem from the fact that I was eating just purely plant foods and trying
to
absorb them in my gut that was already pretty damaged. And
my issue can come from like me absorbing, like eating purely plant-based foods and trying to absorb them in my gut that was already damaged. Sis, you are designed to eat purely plant foods. You are a human frugivore. Like that's beneficial for your gut. So you can see she's very confused here.
That was causing more issues because I wasn't absorbing the vitamins and minerals from the plant foods, which are already harder to absorb in the first place, let alone if you have digestive.
Hang on, they're harder to absorb, the vitamins and minerals from plant foods? What is she talking about? See, you can see this is just pure regurgitation. That this is not based in actual fact. This is pure regurgitation from the carnivores.
That's not working optimally. Speaking with my healthcare providers, they advised me to start incorporating animal foods into my diet again. And
so here she is deflecting again. She's deflecting onto the healthcare providers.
Didn't do it because I was like, no, I can't do that. I'm going to solve these problems on a vegan diet. There's got to be a way around this. So for months.
Okay, so it's a plant-based diet. So you can't have a vegan diet because it is about animals, animal liberation. So yes, that's what she should do. If she actually has an issue, we don't know, because a lot of them are acting. We know they're just 5-star actresses. Hollywood would take them on in a heartbeat, right? But there's just so many of them. It's like so many carbon copies.
That's what I was trying to do, and I was getting absolutely nowhere. In fact, I was getting worse, and it was showing on my skin. Like, I've had rosacea for a very long time, but it was actually getting worse. And rosacea, I know some people think it's...
Hang on. So she still has rosacea. I can see she's got makeup on the moment, so we can actually see the surface of her skin. We can only see paint, but on her neck, you can see she still has skin irritation there. Even on her hands there, you can see she's got skin issues. All right. And she's likely been eating animal bits and pieces for like a year now, because she said, oh, I was starting to like move myself away from the vegan label about a year ago. Yes, because that's when you started eating them.
Like just a vanity thing, like, oh, you have red skin, get over it, wear some foundation. But nights after eating like a fully vegan whole foods meal, that I would be sat there with ice cubes on my face because my skin was burning so badly, and then little blisters would erupt in my skin. And
that's not veganism's fault, okay? Because veganism is about animals. That's about, if it's true, even, again, we have to like take it with a grain of salt, but let's say it is, sure, you can eat a poor plant-based diet. I talk about that on this channel, and that's why I promote a fruit-based diet for under the vegan umbrella when we're talking about the dietary aspect of veganism, because yes, you can eat a poor plant-based diet.
So the more fiber and the more plant foods like that I was eating, the more it was exacerbating the situation.
Okay, so this focus on fiber being the problem is so incredibly wrong. It's been pushed by these carnivore types. It's been pushed so heavily by a lot of individuals who have no clue. It's marketing. Fiber is an essential nutrient. And I know some people don't like me to say that, but that is true. Okay, try a fiberless diet. You'll see how far you go. If you want to rely on like laxatives to take a dump, then all right. But fiber is an essential nutrient. It is necessary for your gut health, for optimal gut health, for your microbiome. They literally feed on fiber. If you don't have fiber, they starve, and then they will start to consume your gut wall. And then that's going to cause you a whole lot of issues, which is probably what her issue is.
Bit of a mess. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I eat super clean. Like, I don't eat the mock meats. I don't eat the processed vegan foods. I eat so many legumes.
So I don't believe that is true, okay? Maybe she was eating more whole plant-based. Maybe. I believe she's been eating animals for like a year or so, okay? I don't believe that she's just now, like yesterday or something, she just started eating animals. No, I don't believe that for a second. And super clean, you know, can we believe this? What is she saying that she's eating?
Beans and lentils. I properly soak them. I properly sprout them, as you should do. Like, I went to a lot of efforts trying.
Okay, so beans and lentils, if she was having a lot of those, sure, the phytates can cause digestive issues. All right, that's why I don't actually recommend you have a lot of beans and lentils. And I don't recommend that, do I? I recommend high carbohydrate fruit-based. Fruit-based is where it's at. Okay, because that is what is actually going to look after your gut, look after the health of your system. But even then, I still don't believe that, you know, the beans are causing her issues.
This work on a vegan diet. What I am incorporating into my diet now, I'm trying to do whilst sticking as best I can to my love for animals and my ethics, which is really hard to do. Like, these are two...
Exactly. It is impossible to do that. It's impossible to eat animals and then claim to love them. Can you eat someone can you like profess your love for someone and then go and eat them and take their life and take their opportunity of living on this earth for sometimes decades, you know, for a very long time? You take that. Is that love? Of course that's not love. You know, let's stop being ridiculous. She's very strong on the lip service, this one. She's very, very strong on lip service. Cognitive dissonance is very, very strong as well.
Opponents in my head constantly. So now what I incorporate into my diet is fish. Very, very small amounts of fish. I did watch Seaspiracy, and that freaked me out. So I'm...
Okay, so she incorporating very, very small amounts of fish. This is what she claims. Sounds like Bonnie Rebecca. Sounds a little bit like that, doesn't it? Look, I don't believe for a second that she's having any conflict about eating animals. I am not sold at all because she's eating them, right? She's eating them and they're actresses. So she even watched Seaspiracy. Yeah, well, she claims that she did. Like, she's saying that because she knows that people will say it in the comments, you should watch Seaspiracy. She's saying, oh, I watched it. No, you didn't.
Incorporating just very, very small amounts of locally wild caught fish. I am incorporating chicken, which was a massive deal for me because I love chickens. I think they're so cute and I feel really bad about eating them.
Now, that just sounds psychotic. I love chickens. They're really, really cute and I feel really, really bad about eating them. You can see she doesn't care at all. But she's just making out she does, so she gets less backlash.
I did notice once I started incorporating chicken into my diet, my digestive system felt a lot better. And I mean immediately, which I was not expecting.
Oh no, it's another one of these, like, immediately. It's just like the chicken flesh that's full of saturated animal fat, no fiber, no glucose, nothing the human frugivore actually needs to thrive in life, no vitamin C. It miraculously made me feel better, like, instantly. So, you know, we heard this before. We heard it before with all of them, right? Yvonne, with Elise, Maddie, they all come up with this rubbish.
But that's what I'm eating. I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm also eating eggs.
I don't believe at all that she's being honest with us. 100%, especially by the fact that she was talking about leaving all the comments and then she was immediately deleting and hiding them from the very beginning.
And also eating
Eggs.
beef bones. I know I'm going to get so much abuse for video and coming out with this, but this is the truth. Like, I don't want to sit here and lie to you guys. I don't want to be one of those fake vegans that never says the truth for fear of the backlash. Like, I know.
Oh my gosh, this is exactly what this woman is. She is a fake vegan who is not telling the truth from fear of backlash. Hun, you fit exactly in that box.
I'm going to get backlash, but I feel like I don't have any other option but then to be honest and truthful with you.
So the backlash, like, that's what she is. She's all about. You can tell she is very, very conscious about getting negative backlash because she already shared my story and sent her fans over.
And I don't want to lie to you. So the reason I've chosen these...
I don't want to lie to you. I'm not lying to you. The wording is very important there. I don't want to lie, but you are lying.
Is because chicken, I know the farm where these chickens are raised. It's just down the road from me. I know the farmer. I know that these chickens are so well cared for.
So what about the fact that they die in the end? That they are slaughtered for your meal? These animals that live so much longer than when you take their life. Like, they're meant to live so much longer. You think that's okay just because they had a good life? Did they really, though? You know, it's just more lip service. And then you take their life. You think that's fine? It's just bizarre.
It's organic. It is pasture raised. They don't... I'm utilizing the entire chicken. So I'm not just eating, chicken breast and then throwing the rest of the chicken away. For me, that doesn't sit right. So I'm utilizing, like, head to tail eating. Kind of the way...
Okay, so she's going to eat basically eyeballs to anus. Is that what she's saying? So Stephanie, you're going to eat the eyeballs? Are you going to eat the brains? Going to scoot the brains out? The arschina, cloaca? Where the egg comes out of? You're going to eat the arschina too? Like, they use so many of these, like, buzz terms. There's no education.
Our ancestors would have eaten back in the day, where you don't waste any of the animal. So
you don't waste any of the animal. This is unbelievably, like, detached.
Use the bones to make bone broth. I also eat...
Okay, so she's having bone broth. So this immediately tells you this is like some collagen anti-aging rubbish right there. And by the way, the first cultivated food that was found is actually figs, fruit, around 11,000 years ago.
Organ meats, because the organ meats are where the majority of the easily accessible by the human body vitamins and minerals are. Beef.
Yikes. Okay, so she's going to get a ton of heavy metals. She's basically eating, like, she'd be eating the liver, like the filtration organs of the animal. It's incredibly bad for your health. I left a message about it. I left a comment about it, how bad it is for your health. But she wants to just hide the truth because she doesn't want to go back to being kind to animals. She doesn't want to eat plants. So she's going to eat organs. She's going to eat the organs of animals.
Beef was a hard no for me. Beef is just like cow. I can't do it. Even if it would help me.
So you can tell that she doesn't care at all about animals, okay? Because you're not going to obviously go back and eat them and eat their organs, eat from eyeball to anus, like it's just... I mean, it's obvious she doesn't care about animals because she's eating them, huh?
Physically, I'm not there yet. I can't eat a cow. However...
Oh, so can't eat a cow, but a chicken is okay and fish are okay. Even though they experience pain, they have brains, they want to live, they're conscious. But the cow, but you're eating their bones.
I do feel okay with utilizing the bones. Again, I know the farm where these cows are raised, and I know that these bones just end up getting incinerated because...
So the bones of the animal, that's still... the animal, sis. That's still the actual animal. You're still eating the cow. The bones are really important to their skeletal structure, to their whole body. And you know what's going on here. You know what's going on. This is a collagen thing. This is an anti-aging. This is why she probably thinks, oh, I've aged in the last 6 years, because she's all into Botox, she's all into makeup. You know that. I think her channel is like a makeup channel. So she probably thinks, oh no, I've aged too much on plant-based. And it's just because she listens to I saw that some carnivore did like a video on her like a year ago. She just listens to the wrong people and she's obsessed with her appearance, unfortunately. And she probably thinks she's aged. And it's like, yeah, it's 6 years ago. 6 years you should age. It's natural.
People utilize the bones anymore. So the bones are basically just being thrown in the bin. I don't even buy them. Like they give them to me for free because nobody wants the bones. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they must be like, why does she want the bones? She wants to eat the bones. Even like these people are probably like, this person is crazy, right?
Nobody's going out and killing a cow for the cow's bones. They're killing...
that doesn't matter. You're still eating the cow. You are still there taking part of the cow and actually eating the cow. You're still supporting the slaughter of the cow.
Cow for steak and mince and all that kind of stuff. So the bones are a scrap product, and so I feel okay.
So I feel okay with it. So she's having spinal cords, basically knees, knuckles, skulls, connective tissue off the kill floor. And she feels okay about it.
Utilizing that scrap product, essentially. So
scrap product. The cognitive dissonance here is really disturbing. So you can tell she doesn't care about animals because she's actually talking about a part of them as scrap product. Yikes.
I've been consuming bones is because they have a lot of gelatin, collagen, and easily absorbable...
Boom, there you go. It's about the collagen. It's about the anti-aging. I've already made videos about it. I've already spoken about this. Collagen from cows, from animals, doesn't magically restore your own. It does not work like that. You don't ingest collagen and then it goes to your collagen creation. It's wrong. It's not scientifically how it works, okay? Collagen, you know what's important for collagen creation? Fruit, because of the vitamin C. For one, is the vitamin C. I've done a video about this. I think I'm going to insert a bit about that right now because it's so much misinformation. It is marketing hype rubbish. I can't believe the marketing has got human frugivores ingesting the bone juice. The truth is your body creates collagen out of what you eat, but the process requires 3 things: vitamin C, amino acids, and minerals. Guess what? All found easily and in abundance on a vegan lifestyle. It's worth mentioning the most important element in the collagen creation process is vitamin C. And the best, most easily digested and assimilated source? Carcass? No. Fruit, of course. That's one of the reasons why you need to eat plenty of fruit. So a good example of corpse eating and collagen deficiency came in the 1500s to the 1800s, when long-distance seamen were eating plenty of animal flesh on their ships, but did not have any fruits or vegetables due to the difficulty of preservation. Now, keep in mind, the carcass they ate contained animal collagen, like these supplements, but they still developed scurvy, which is a severe vitamin C deficiency. So the body then could not create collagen without the vitamin C. Collagen is essentially the glue that holds the body together, so their bodies literally started to fall apart. Their body simply could not create enough collagen without the vitamin C from fruits and veggies. Their teeth and hair started to fall out, their gums bled, skin broke out in rashes, and their muscles atrophied.
Vitamins, minerals, and marrow. And they are all incredibly gut soothing and gut healing.
No, they're not. That is just complete rubbish. No, they're not. Look... Okay, eating the bones of cows is not soothing your gut.
In case any of you guys are wondering, yes, I'm still cruelty-free when it comes to like my channel and everything.
What? I'm still cruelty-free when it comes to my channel? Huh?
I went cruelty-free at the same time as I went vegan because I love animals and no...
Oh gosh. This is like, she's probably one of the worst that I've looked at. She's probably one of the worst because she wants to continue maintaining this supposed like love for animals while eating them and supporting their abuse and exploitation. She's trying to make out she can still be cruelty-free somehow, love animals and eat them and support their abuse. What?
Amount of money that is offered to me, no amount of sponsorships is ever going to make me not be cruelty-free because I still believe that animals shouldn't be tested on for cosmetics. I'm making this...
Oh, for cosmetics. Wow, this is mind-blowing. Hang on, what do you think you are supporting when you eat animals? What do you think happens to them before they get to your plate? Seriously, like, it's like she didn't educate herself at all. She's just paying lip service to actually being an animal lover. Again, I think I've said enough now. Like, obviously, it's trying to make out you're cruelty-free because you're continuing to use a makeup that is cruelty-free. It's just because she likes the makeup. You know, she likes that makeup. She doesn't really care about animals because she's eating them and exploiting them and supporting the abuse of them. So I don't know what else more I can say here. Look, if you want to heal your gut situation, okay, fiber from fruit is the number one. Science even supports this, okay? When you eat fruit, you get hundreds of millions of good bacteria for your gut microbiome. You build a very healthy population down there. When you remove the fiber and you put in animal flesh, which is devoid of fiber, it doesn't have any food for your microbiome. They require food. So you need to have actual fiber. So she's starving them. All right, this is actual truth. It's not just some regurgitated carnivore rubbish. This is actually truth. So whether she has gut issues or not, you know, is questionable because this video is just made to, you know, justify her decision and basically copying others. Oh, I've got SIBO, you know, we've heard it before. I'm only going to eat a little bit, a very, very small amount. And I love animals and we have heard this all before, but her cognitive dissonance is very strong because she thinks somehow she can maintain cruelty-free. She can be cruelty-free, but also eat animals and love them and also eat them. We know that's just rubbish. Anyway, that's my video for today. You know, it's just ridiculous. This is about anti-aging for her. And she's just going to accelerate her aging by having the bones of animals. Like, that's all she's doing. A plant-based diet is by far the best, a high-carb and a fruit-based plant-based diet, by far the best for your skin health, for your aging. As you can see, I'm 41 and I look younger and I feel my best and all of that. So she's just going in the wrong direction and she's justifying it. And yeah, that's basically it. It's very disappointing. I don't like to watch these at all because I know it's quite negative, the whole thing, but these people need to be called out, needs to be addressed because innocent animals now have to suffer and probably a number of her audience viewers will go back as well. And that's heartbreaking because these animals need our protection and there's no excuses. There's no excuse for animal abuse. All right, that's my video for today. Don't forget to go fruit yourself, please.